I spent a cold spring night camping with the Tara protesters just to find out exactly what they were fighting for. Tell me about the Tara protesters. Why do you support them? Being a local farmer, a lot of farmers might just see them as a nuisance.
No, they're not a nuisance as such, you know. I come here for company. You can talk and have a chat, whereas everywhere else, they're too busy to talk, or they're all involved in money and consumerism. And the way I look at these people, they're kind of dropouts from society, and that's what I am myself, because they've seen society, and society has failed. It's all living a lie, and these have come here. It's only here you can find maybe fairly genuine people, or people that's willing to talk or help you. The doctor was saying that, he said, are you self-conscious? I am, and all that. He said, do you find yourself looking in on yourself, all that? I said, that's exactly how I feel. So he said, my God, you've an awful life ahead of you, and see, I pity you. And there was other doctors there too, and all their faces were kind of just crestfallen. That's the way I saw it. But now, it wasn't that bad at all. I had a very good life, I must say, because there's people that are out singing and dancing, and they're probably, when they come home, they're in the dumps. Do you know what I mean? Now, I know people that go out socialising and that, relations of mine, and they're all glamour and powder and paint, women and all kind of niceties, but then when they come home, they kick the cat out the door because they're miserable. Do you know what I mean? And they take it out on each other, and they're blaming each other for this and that. That's why I'm better alone. If I had a whole heap of relations here now, they'd be blaming me for all their troubles.
Jimmy is more of a naturist type of man. Jimmy'd be more friends with animals than nearly humans. Do you know what I mean? He'd have his own family, but he'd keep himself to himself, and fish, birds, etc. Dogs. They're Jimmy's.
Anyone that talks to himself has plenty of friends.
He's one of the old stock. That's the way he wanted to live his life. There's people that go to Dublin and they're mad to express themselves. Jimmy never, wouldn't, he probably, he wouldn't travel as far, maybe 10 mile if as far as Jimmy would travel.
He never went on a bicycle.
On a bicycle, yeah, at times.
He never took out the harness, no.
I might just get a few newspapers to light the fire. I have them in here. A load of newspapers. This place is a terrible kip, isn't it? I am way behind time. Oh my God. Way behind. I've done very little today. We'd better go soon. I think he's eaten a little bit of meal now. I saw this man building a house years ago. He was building a house and he was putting in all kinds of little ducts here and there for draining water and draining sewerage. And I kept saying, now why are you doing it that way? He said, because I'm mad. And so I'd go over there and he'd do something else with a wheelbarrow. And I said, now why did you do that? He said, because I'm mad. Because we don't know what we're doing. We're all mad. We don't know what we're doing. But the first girl I went with, she wasn't interested in anything. It was all kind of a mess up because she was a very quiet girl and she just sat there and sipping tea. And they did kind of try to laugh and mess her up and that. And she was embarrassed. And I was kind of devastated because the whole thing, I dreaded all that, kind of going under me mother interviewing her and asking her questions because it was so embarrassing, you know. And then the second girl I went with when I was about 28, now my mother began questioning her and she said, oh sure, Jimmy here is a bit of a softy and all that. And he said he's paranoid and he's schizophrenic. And she told the girl I was a complete nutcase. And then she said, marriage is kind of out of the question. The children might be weaklings and all that. Do you know what I mean? That's me mother and me father on their marriage day. Now do you get that? This is them here at a party, maybe about 5 years later. And this is me and me brother. That's me as a baby and me mother. 1946. You see, 1946. I was only about maybe 6 months old. Now you got all that in. The easiest way to reach God is through the Blessed Virgin, because she's supposed to be soft, motherly, compassionate. God is a bit stern. God might be a bit stern and judgmental, but she doesn't judge. And she offers an easy route to God in heaven. That's all I know. But I know another thing too, that she's the highest creature in heaven, kind of next to God. In fact, in a kind of a way, she nearly controls God. Did you know that? She only has to ask God something. He can't refuse. He loves her so much. So we don't know. She's just the purest, most perfect woman ever made. She is actually the only pure, perfect woman. That's what we believe now as Catholics. Now, the Protestants kind of don't believe too much of that. They just believe, I think that what they believe is that she had a whole lot of children. That she mightn't have been a virgin at all. They believe she might have been a virgin having Jesus, but after that she had a whole load of children. Now put on the chip pan. I have a chip pan here. And I had to hide that sauce from the cats as they try and lick it.
I suppose he thought he was kind of shut off out in life. He's just one of these people. Jimmy would love money. Yeah, like Jimmy would love money, and money is his God. And I know if I owed Jimmy, we'll say €2. Jimmy wouldn't leave my door till he got the €2 off me, but he'd give you his right arm in the other hand. Do you know what I mean? But Jimmy he'd nothing else in life, only to, you know.
The psychiatrist, we got them all together for a lecture. He said, you know why we're all here, boys? Because we're not all there. I have another joke for you too. This young psychiatrist was after graduating from college and he thought he'd do great things. So he went into a lunatic asylum and he said, the top doctor said, he was an old man, he said, listen, you're wasting your time here. You can't help those people, they're too far gone. All you can do is just give them their tablets and say nothing. So he said, I'll try some. So he went into a ward and he saw some fellow and he was standing with his hand inside his coat. So he said, hello, me good man. What's your name? See, I'm Napoleon. So he thought for a while and then said, who told you were Napoleon? So I said, the man, God told me I was Napoleon. So he thought for a while and all of a sudden this old man in a bed, he had a big long white beard. He said, when did I tell you that? Did you hear that joke before? When did I tell you that? They're all God and Napoleon.